Now that we have seen what is one-to-one and what is on-to function, a combination of these two is called as bijection. A function is said to be a bijective function if it is both one-to-one and on-to. See this? A function f from a to b is called a bijection if f is one-one as well as on-to. So what are the conditions? What are the necessary conditions for a function to be bijection is like this. I'm talking about necessary condition, not sufficient condition. Now, first of all, it has to become 1 1, right? So for 1 1, if you have to have a to b, a function from a to b in such a way that it is 1 1, it is clear that every element here should have a distinct element here, which means whatever number of elements I have here, there should be more than those elements, which means the cardinality of a should be less than or equal to cardinality of b. Then only every element here will get a different element here. Otherwise what happens is there will be insufficient number of elements in b, and so we might have to map more than one element to the same element, right? And what about onto? A function f from a to b will be onto only when the every element here gets at least one element here, and we know that an element in A can never take more than one element, right? Therefore, if every element in B has to get a pre-image in A, then definitely the number of elements in A should be as many as number of elements in B. So which means the number of elements in A should be greater than or equal to number of elements in B. Then only there will be a chance that every element in B will get a distinct element in A, right? Now combining these two, if you want the function to be both 1 1 and onto, if you combine these two conditions, then it will result in this, right? So both when these two conditions will meet only when number of elements in A is equal to number of elements in B. Therefore that is the necessary condition for the bijection, right? So if you see any two sets which are not having equal number of elements, and if they ask you if there is any bijection possible, it is not possible. Okay, in case if this is satisfied, then we can know how many let us say we have 3 here and 3 here. Now how many ways can we map this one to any of these 3 ways? And once this mapping is done, since the mapping has to be 1 to 1, it cannot use the same element, so we have to use the other element, which means for the first item we have 3 chances, for the second one we have 2 choices, for the next item we have 1 choice. Similarly, if you have n items, n elements, for the first item we have n choices, for the second item we have n minus 1 choices, for the third item we have n minus 2 choices, so on 1, so which means n factorial, right? So if you have number of elements in A is equal to number of elements in B is equal to n, then the number of bijections possible from A to B is going to be n factorial. Okay, fine. So what we can take some examples and see whether the functions can be bijection or not. There are not many problems on this, but we shall try to see some examples. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year, and in India the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.